Welcome back, beautiful Capricorns. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're all doing super amazing. Thank you so much for all you do and being you. Let's go, Capricorn. Ooh, the Spirit of Sun. You're healing. Okay? Oh, that's what I'm saying. What is this? Coming up again. Somebody wanting to communicate. Someone desiring to communicate. Well, somebody was... I don't know. What is it? Somebody thinking? Overthinking something? Stubborn energy. What the heck? Why is someone being so stubborn? It's like they want to communicate, they desire to communicate, but somebody is sticking their heels in and being stubborn. And I'm not sure where this is going. Let's see what's going on. Well, I don't know. I don't know why someone's got a problem here. Like, there is somebody just so happy. Would be so happy to do something here, but somebody just like somebody needs to heal a situation here. I'm just saying somebody needs to let go of something. If you want peace, you gotta let go of something, and it's that simple. If you want peace, you gotta be willing to let something go. Period. You can't hold on to something. Like, why is there such a challenge here? How can... Oh my Lord. So it's like tearing something down and rebuilding. Something needs to be torn down in order to be rebuilt. Like... Someone needs to start out from scratch, needs to rebuild, needs to be able to let something go. They're being too stubborn. They're hanging on to something that they need to let go of. Okay? It's like start from square one. Somebody is really desiring to communicate, wanting to communicate, but I just think someone's being stubborn. My word. Okay, we have this couple here. Okay? Or this could be a power couple. I don't know. Or just the King of Pentacles and just the Queen of Pentacles. Either or, we are talking Capricorn. So we have like a committed couple here. And we have someone over here very destructive, saying some very hurtful things here. But this masculine and this feminine are simply trying to be protected. Like, I don't know if they're trying to protect their marriage, their relationship, but so someone is sitting here hoping and wishing that they could communicate, but what are they doing about it? Are they doing any work to work on this? This is, I don't know. This is like a very destructive force. It's like, I don't know why. Is it ego? Is somebody holding on to their ego here? I don't know. But whatever someone has said is trying to create a tower. Like, they come in friendly, okay, wanting to work on something, coming in with like a friendly attitude, but then they turn nasty. And they destroyed the good that they were trying to do. Like, their words are actually destroying the good that they're trying to do here. So I'm not sure why is somebody holding, like, oh my God. I'm telling you, someone's just, there's some kind of argument. There is some kind of argument. Destruction. Like, whoever this person is, they've been very friendly. Whoever the masculine is has been very friendly. Like, they have a friendly demeanor, but somebody is very cutting with their words, very toxic in their speech. And they are destroying the good that this masculine or this feminine, or they're a couple, are trying to do. Like they're in some sort of commitment here, okay? Oh, so this... Oh my God. This is going to make me bananas, Capricorn. Okay, so we've got this couple, or we have a King of Pentacles, and we have a Queen of Pentacles. And they're in a committed relationship. And this masculine is a good father or a good person. I mean, they're in a committed relationship here. Lord, why is someone else over here hoping and wishing that they could communicate with these people? Is this a mother-in-law? I don't know. Sister-in-law, in-law, I don't know. But they're very destructive in their speech. Like, they're destroying the good that these people are trying to create. Like, oh, I've been hoping and wishing that we could talk. But then they start talking, and they're very destructive with their speech. So they want a relationship, like they want to fit in, and they're hoping and wishing that we could just communicate. and they come off a certain way, and then it turns into disaster. I'm not sure where this is going yet. Because someone is playing the victim over here. See? They're playing the victim. Like, I'm not talking because every time I talk, it turns into an argument and I'm not speaking anymore. So I'm going to keep my distance. Lord, so maybe they have a child. Maybe this is a couple who is a committed couple, has a child or something like that. And it's like, oh Jesus, there is some family conflict. Here we go again. It's someone's approach. They may not even realize how they're coming off. Like, they're playing the victim. How hurt they are. How angry and hurt that they are that this couple, maybe they, I don't know who this is. But they got their tail in a huff and they're playing the victim. Yet they're not looking at what they're doing to create chaos, drama. They're angry, they're in a huff because they didn't get their way. They're playing the victim. Now, this is the father of this child, okay? This is the father of this child, so they have a child together. I don't know if this is an in-law, who this is. But they're playing the victim, and I think it's because this couple has set some kind of boundaries. Uh-oh. And they've been judging this family. They've been judging this family unfairly. Somebody is holding on to some crap. So, okay, so I'm going to give you the silent treatment. I'm not going to talk to you. We're going to give you the silent treatment. I'm going to give you the silent treatment because I don't like what you said to me and because I don't like the fact that you stood up to me. Well, I'm going to have to be the bad guy here because it's not their business. What this couple does in their life, in their own home, how they raise their children, what they do with their kids. They're a married couple. Who is this interfering? And then they get all upset because they're not part of the family. They don't feel part of the family. Their feelings are hurt. They're angry. Well, it might have to do with something that they've been saying, criticizing, judging. This is somebody who is a challenge. They are a challenge to deal with. They're very destructive in their speech. It's like they come off very friendly and then they turn it around where they end up the victim. They're always the victim here. Maybe they're delusional. I don't know. Like, this is a couple. A committed couple. And somebody has been interfering. Okay? Somebody's been interfering, sticking their nose where it don't belong. Okay? Lord. Oh, come off it. This is being over dramatic. This is no. They're being absolutely foolish and manipulative. Okay, so now I understand why this is a committed couple, or it could be, a single person, but it shows them we're a couple. They're a couple. They're a committed couple. And it shows that someone is interfering, and it shows that someone's been sticking their nose in where it doesn't belong. And so I think that this couple has told a family member off or voiced their opinion to a family member, and now they're all in a huff about it, all angry about it. Well, they're too nosy. They should not be interfering in this couple's relationship. They should not be sticking their nose in this couple's relationship. I don't care who they are, but they are doing it sneakily. They are being manipulative. Okay? They're being foolish. The things that they're saying, playing the victim, they're not the victim. This couple here, this is a good father, a good husband, a good partner to their spouse. They're a committed couple, and they're happily committed. Someone is interfering, sticking their nose in, and it is family. And they're playing a manipulative game, playing the victim. Well, I tried being friendly. Well, I tried talking to them. It ended up a disaster. I'm the victim. No, they're not. They're very destructive in their speech. They are highly critical, and they are highly judgmental of whoever the father of the child is. This could be a mother-in-law. The mother-in-law here, it could be, or a sister-in-law, or an auntie, or anybody. But they're highly judgmental, highly critical of this father. And highly judgmental of what they do with their child. And there's the silent treatment going on. Because something is just so foolish, there is no point. It's a waste of time. They feel it's a waste of time trying to talk to this person, because every time they talk, this person goes away like they're the victim in the situation. They're being overly dramatic. They are like, poor me. Start crying, feel sorry for me, my feelings are hurt, I feel betrayed, I feel stabbed in the back. They're really laying it on thick, and it is a form of manipulation. Okay? I mean, this is a couple who've been together a long period of time. Now, you would think that whoever this family member is who's acting the victim would open their eyes and appreciate a couple like this. So they're working together as a team. This is a couple who may have children or a child. They got a good relationship. They have a good family thing going on here. But whoever the in-law is, or whoever the mother-in-law is over here, is playing the victim card. Or it could be an ex, or it could be some feminine relative. So obviously they don't like the son-in-law or their son, whoever they married. I don't know. It's too much here. It's too much. I'm so blessed. You know something? I had the greatest mother-in-law. I think I was so blessed, man. I'm telling you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, this is like, I think that they perceive this masculine as interfering in their family. But it's actually the in-law who is interfering in this family. So they're a challenge. Well, I just don't trust him. I just don't trust him. Oh, so they disallowed something? Oh. Well, something changed here. It's like they disallowed. Oh, what? What? Oh. They don't like that this person married this person. Or that they either don't like who their son married, or they don't like who their daughter married as a husband. And they're being really sneaky and manipulative here. Well, I just don't trust them. Talking behind their back and judging and being critical. I just don't. I don't. Well, there's something weird. Well, they've been making fun of them, and this couple stood up to them. They stood their ground. Bravo, in my opinion. Bravo. Like, there's just certain things that are crossing the line here. So this masculine and feminine tried to set some boundaries. And the in-laws think that it's funny, they're foolish. They're being melodramatic here. And it's a form of manipulation. I'm not sure why. Well, because it could have been stressing out their love relationship. That's why they set up boundaries. I think that it's adding additional stress to their love relationship. So they tried to set some boundaries here. It was stressing out their love relationship. It was stressing out the person that they love. So it could be a daughter. It was stressing out their partner. So they set some boundaries. And now this person, in-law here, has been making fun of them. And it's a form of manipulation. And they may have blamed that on See, they're turning the story around. It's not what went down. We got two sides of the story here. So, in this couple's perspective, they set boundaries because it was stressing out their love relationship or the people that they love. Like, it could have been adding additional stress to their love life or additional stress to their partner and their child or children. So they drew the line in the sand and said someone is crossing the boundaries. Someone has gone too far. Okay, so somebody did something that they didn't like. That was creating a lot of stress in their relationship. They tried setting up boundaries here. Okay? They said no more of this or no more of that, or they tried working on it. They were hoping and wishing to communicate, but it was a waste of time because they've got it all up in their head. They've predetermined what's going on in their relationship. They've predetermined, well, you know, my son or my daughter has changed since you've gotten together, and if it wasn't for so-and-so, you wouldn't be like that. But the truth of the matter is, this is a cunning and manipulative in-law. Oh, whatever. Oh boy, this is a challenge. Okay, yeah, you changed. Well, that's what we're supposed to do, is change. You know what I mean? This is actually an emperor who's doing right. This is a gentle, loving, kind man who loves their spouse and their child or their children. They're in a long-term relationship, and we got a busybody here. So they're just like moving on because they tried to communicate, but it was a waste of time. They were hoping and wishing and maybe even praying that someone wouldn't be so like, they have shed tears over this. But someone is doing that, like saying, oh my God, they've hurt me. I can't do this. It's like, what? Oh my God. Someone's got a twisted mind. So someone has completely twisted the narrative here. This is this couple's perspective. That is the in-law's perspective. And the masculine is telling the truth. And the masculine had been hoping and has been very patient. Okay? But it's been a waste of time. Because there's nothing that this masculine could say that's going to appease whoever this feminine is. It's been a complete waste of time and energy. So they put their foot down. They've drawn the line in the sand. But they were hoping and praying that things would turn out differently. Like, Lord. Oh, so now we got a blamer over here. So the in-law now is like sitting there blaming the masculine or blaming the feminine or both of them. Well, they're mean to me. They were mean to me. They were being mean to me. But no, they weren't being mean before some incident went down. Some incident went down that the masculine and the feminine drew the line. Okay, so of course, maybe the masculine looks like the bad guy here because the masculine drew the line in the sand. Said, look, they really love their spouse. They really love their family. They love their children. This is a good husband, a good father, a good provider. They are a team. They're a good, solid, they work together as a team. They both work hard. They're both working hard here. Why is someone so critical and judgmental, and then they figure they're not going to get criticized back? So this masculine has drawn the line in the sand. Maybe they saw their spouse crying. So they defend their spouse. Now they could be the bad guy because they defend their spouse. Well, that's what they're supposed to do. There's 2 in a marriage, not 3. And I think this in-law, I don't know what they're calculating over here, but it ain't pretty. The masculine is telling the truth. And like they were praying to have a great conversation. This masculine's been praying for a great conversation. Okay, they've been praying that if they communicate, that they could fix things or heal things because they love their spouse and because they love their child. Oh my Lord. But it was a complete waste of time. Why? Like, this is somebody with a lot of intelligence. This is somebody who's been very wise, been very patient, tolerant with everything that's been going down. They were planning to have like some sort of respectful conversation going on here. They were hoping, wishing, and praying that a conversation would end well. That's what they were planning. But it takes 2. And I think that somebody is laying the guilt trip on here. I think someone's been very cunning and manipulative. Told you. Somebody's just got to let go of something. They got to let go. Maybe this in-law don't want to let go of their son or their daughter. Maybe this is a overbearing in-law that don't want to let go of their son or their daughter. Or they're trying to like block. I mean, they may love their son or their daughter, but they don't want their spouse around. So that's come off it. And so someone's like, pouting. Someone's pouting about it. It's part of a guilt trip. It's part of a guilt trip, slaying, manipulation, stuff like that going on here. Oh my God. Yeah, this is someone who's single. Well, What's the problem? Because they're single, they're going to make their son or daughter single? I don't know. Like, someone over here is a born leader, okay? Well, this feminine is actually laying on a guilt trip, and they're being very selfish, and they're only thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about this couple. They aren't thinking about what's good for this family unit. They're thinking what they want, because they're single, and I think that this feminine is being very stubborn. Maybe they want to, like, hold on to, they gotta let something go. They're laying a guilt trip. They gotta let it go. They gotta let something go. If this in-law wants to build a relationship with this couple, they're gonna have to start from scratch, because they've blown it with their manipulation, their guilt trips, and they're being they're saying this out of self-interest, and it's a guilt trip. So they could be holding back their affections, from this family, be late, like, fine then. Fine then. With attitude. They're acting out of self-interest. What's going on? Yeah. They just walk away, laying a guilt trip. This is a very loving couple. Okay, what do they want? They want to make their relationship unstable? What up? Why are you doing this? Is it that their expectations are too high? Were they, like, expecting it to be different? They got in their mind or some kind of vision of what they thought this relationship would be, but it's for them. Like, if it was to benefit them somehow, then this person would be accepted. But it's always for their benefit. Always for their benefit. They're not thinking of this couple as a couple unless it benefits them somehow. This is weird. Like, they have a lot of passion here. I think they're disallowing, I think they're not allowing whoever this is to control their relationship. They're a married couple, my good God. This seems like the in-law from hell. Well, see, they had visions of how they were going to live their life. They had visions of how they wanted their life to look like. But it isn't turning out that way. They have too high expectations. Like, they were expecting, like, they were imagining, or they were expecting, when this couple got together, that their life would look differently than what it looks. And it's failed their expectations. Like, it's not up to their standards or up to their expectations of what they wanted to see happen by this couple. Oh my, we might have a wee bit of a narcissistic mother-in-law here. Like, I'm just saying, their expectations, they've been highly critical, highly judgmental. Because in their mind, they had some picture in their mind of what they wanted their life to look like, and it's not fitting the picture. Their expectations, but it had nothing to do with the couple. It has to do with they themselves. Like, their interest, their self-interest, they're acting out of self-interest. Like, it's not about the family, it's not about the couple, it's about their self-interest. Their expectations of what they thought their life was going to be like. And it didn't equate. And they just walk away crying. Like, they walk away upset and laying a guilt trip instead of having an intelligent conversation. This is someone who could be like, they could be very smart, very wise, but they're very socially immature. Like, this could be like the matriarch of the family. You know what I mean? Like, it's my expectations of what I want my life to look like. And everybody's got to be these little puzzle pieces in their imagination. And this couple isn't living up to their expectations, yet they're both very hardworking. They have a happy, passionate, lovely life together. It's mom-in-law, better back off, sister-in-law, whoever this is, who... Because this couple, are they living their life through their children? It's got me wondering if they're trying to live their life through their adult children. Like, I had this dream that I was going to have this vision in my head that I was going to live this way, and this is the way it was going to live. I was going to live out my life, but it's changed. It's changed. The vision has changed. Well, get a grip, because I don't know. Did I ever think I'd be living the life that I did? Did you guys ever think you'd be living the life you did? Like, I never envisioned what my life was going to be like, because I know that you just supposed to go with the flow. Things change, things evolve. You know what I'm saying? Like, this mother-in-law gotta let something go, or this, whoever this person is, they gotta let something go. It's not their life to live. It's not their dream that their children have to fulfill. Like, that's putting too much expectations on your kids. You know, it's putting too high of expectations on your children. They have their own lives to live, and I don't care who says it. They got their own lives to live. And all we're supposed to be doing as they get older is being a role model. And maybe a mentor. But it's their life to live. They got to back right off. This is someone who's been very calculating. They know what they're doing. They're wise, they're intelligent and smart. And they're laying a guilt trip on this couple for setting up boundaries. They're overstepping their welcome. Period. Yikes. Challenging. Oh, yeah, fine then. I'm not going to talk to you. but they're in complete denial. You know what I mean? So we've heard both sides of the story now. We've heard this couple story, and we have heard the in-law story. That seems to be what it is. I think the in-law here is trying to live out their dreams, their fantasy through their children of what they expected their life to look like. And it's not adding up. It's not. So now this person's right messed up in the head. Because it's not adding up to what they thought it was going to be, but they're not looking in the mirror to see what they're doing, the damage that they're causing. It may have turned out differently had they not been this way. Like, they gotta let something go. That's emotional immaturity. I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. Well, they're gonna have to start looking at why this couple set boundaries in the first place, why there is no trust there. They're going to have to start from scratch. If they want to rebuild this relationship, they got to start from scratch, from square one. They got to give up the vision. They got to give up the dream and make their own dream. Because this is living their life through their children's eyes. This is, I want this for my life, and my children have to provide me that because it's my dream. But they're not thinking about the dreams of this couple. This is a very challenging situation. Very challenging. And I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I'm sorry. You gotta let your kids live their own lives. You know, we raised them when they were little. But when they get to be adults and they're doing their own thing, let them live their own dreams. They have their own dreams. And you know what? When we're no longer here on this earth, it's them that are gonna be here. Let them live their dream. Let them live their life. Let them love who they want to love. And encourage them and respect them for doing this. How could somebody be so disgruntled with a couple like this? I have no clue. Yeah. It's just creating hurt, man. That's what they're creating. They're breaking their own heart. They're breaking their own heart. Okay, they're breaking their own heart. So they're sitting here sad, laying a guilt trip. They storm away, walk away all heartbroken because this couple isn't going to allow them to get away with what they've been getting away with. That's their house. That's their household. That's their marriage. That's what they swore an oath to. That's what they promised. That's what their vision is. So unless this in-law wants to be included in their life, they might take a step back and look in the mirror because this one is very unhealthy for this couple's relationship. Well, sorry. Maybe someone's like longing for the past, you know? Maybe someone's longing for the past, like when they were children, when they were little. They're big. Now, I hate to tell this to people, but they need to grow up. They need to grow up. This is this couple's life, not the parent's life. Now, I don't like parents that do this because they add so much pressure. It's hard enough out there to be in a relationship and raise a family. It's hard. The pressures are on financially. Raising kids is hard. And if this in-law is so disgruntled with a couple like that, I'm starting to think it's their own reflection. Can't let go. Can't let go. Can't forgive. Can't, too immature to forgive. This is crazy. Because it's like not what they imagined. This is a controlling mother. This is a controlling mother. Or a mother-in-law. I don't know. It's like it's not what I imagined. It's not not what their child's life would be. It's what they never imagined that they would be living this life. They're trying to live their life through their past. They're trying to live their life through their children. This is potentially very hazardous, very toxic. And it's creating so much hurt and creating so much drama and creating so much hard feelings. Your children's job is to live their own life. It's not their job to satisfy. You got to respect your parents and, give thanks for raising them and all that. But when you are a married couple and you got all this going on, and then you have somebody who's critical, judgmental, can't ever please them, and then they walk away all disgruntled and hurt and upset because they didn't get their way, because it's not their dream. You're not letting me dream my dream. This is not the way I dreamt my life to be. Go live your own life and get your own dream. You cannot live your life through your children. Period. Take care.